Recording. And let's go. Oh, fuck. This needs to leave. Go away. It's not going well already. Right. There we go. So this is the first episode of the Speak Dota podcast. It's going to be every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at around about 7 p.m. Gonna try and get this going weekly. Gonna try and get different guests on it. That's pretty much it. It's gonna be talking a lot of Dota. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. This is going to go on my YouTube channel as well. It's going to be every week. Going to have different guests on. So let's start with introducing first guest. I'm pretty sure the only guest today. I didn't ask anyone else. Is Laticsboy, also known as Dan. Introduce yourself, you faggot.
I'm Laticsboy 24/7.
This G.
Dan also. Let's just move that one. There we go.
Alright.
That's me.
So there's the main things we're going to talk about today is probably going to be the new patch, and the new patch which is soon to come out, and this is one thing I've been looking for a while, and it's going to be ranked. How you think ranked matchmaking is going to affect Dota, and how you think it's going to affect the community based around it. If you know what I mean. Like
the ranked matchmaking, it's either gonna make Dota too try hard, or it's just gonna destroy it.
I don't know. I think the opposite. I think ranked matchmaking is gonna pretty much save a lot of people and help a lot of people towards the top. Like people who've played a lot of games, but then I'm trying to find this hard to explain. I think it's for people who want to, I'd say, take Dota more seriously, but with limited time. If you know what I mean.
To improve and aim for a good MMR sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it's gonna help matchmaking so much. I think the actual MMR, and you get the idea of it, which is you get partnered with people around your MMR, is a lot better than.
That's going to be the only thing that will be good about it.
I don't know.
Matchmaking.
I think a lot of it's. I need to change the actual title of this. I just noticed that. That's on my dashboard. But I don't know. I think it's going to help a lot. It's going to be something I'm definitely going to be playing more than anything. Why update this? Oh, I think it's going to be it's going to be my most played thing. It's something I'm going to be wanting to play. Probably. It's going to be.
It'll always be there to play, but you can't always be in the mood for it. It's just one of those things where.
See, I think that's the opposite. I think
if you want to play for properly, then you do the ranked. If you just went on and mess about, it's just pubs.
Nah, I think that's the opposite. Like the way I see it is a lot of people who I see people who'd want to come on, who'd want to say they can only play a few games, but they want to have a good few games. I don't see it being people who'd go on at 9, go off after multiple hours. I don't think that's what they'd play. I think it's more for the people who'd play in limited time, who don't want the experience of being with or not having good experience. I'm not saying I think it's going to improve the actual way matchmaking and the search rate works.
It's gonna change. It's gonna change a lot.
Well, the main let me get
the
the notes up. I'm pretty one of the other advertisement things they mentioned was the actual language barrier. They brought up they're trying to get they're trying to get as many people to get their preferences they like. I was in a game before, and people were saying that they only queued Russian, they can speak some English, but they only queued Russian. I only queued English. I can't speak any other language. So that was like the main thing I had, was I found it more of an issue in, like, if I'm on the notes here, and it says the thing they're going to be tracking for MMRs, they're going to track a total of 4 different MMRs where you queue solo, you queue in parties, and then there's going to be your ranked matchmaking where you queue solo and you queue in parties. Now, will you be able to find your MMR for normal matchmaking? Will you have different MMRs? Now, I think that'd be interesting. I think that'd be interesting for the fact.
It could.
I think that'd be interesting because
There'd be so many different combinations. Like your MMR for solo queuing in a single draft could be terrible, whereas your 3 stacking all pick would be amazing. So,
see, I feel like if you have a lot of people say they don't try in matchmaking. They don't try, like, in normal matchmaking. Now, the thing for me would be if you could see someone's MMR and see someone's ranked MMR, and most people's probably ranked MMR would be higher, but it'd be interesting to see how they take the different matchmakings. That's if they do. That's if you can see them all on your friends list.
it's got the solo queuing party for the pubs, and then the solo and party for the ranked, but it's not always. Oh, most of it is you, but it all depends on teammates as well, isn't it?
See, the idea of it is to not really capture the teammates as much as the actual your performance.
If you're someone like me who's a passive carry and needs good support, if the supports are terrible, then I do terrible, and hence MMR drops.
I kinda get that.
So,
But again, that's why there's 10 prelims.
yeah.
I like how there's 10 prelims instead of a lot of games have 3 or 5.
Sense. It makes sense for people to have at least 10 different goals. That's it.
I think it's pretty, I'd say, helpful. I like the idea of having 10 games instead of however it may be. I feel like a lot of games have too short of, like, periods like that.
Like 3 or 5.
Yeah. I feel like if you play 3 games, that's not going to be anywhere near what you'd be at. Well, it'd be some close, but it wouldn't be that helpful.
But I suppose it could be one of those where you can say, I'll play my prelims today and I'll get on with the thing tomorrow. It would be prelims over 2-3 days, maybe. So you can have off days and anything could happen.
I think there was something else they included in that when they said there was something in that patch.
I'm just reading through the notes now.
No, I think they were just saying they're bringing matchmaking out. Now, here's another interesting thing, is the actual Frost vs cancelled kind of picture.
Yeah.
What do you think's happening there? Because that kind of that's some coded. That's not as just simple as they've cancelled Frostvus. That's got something involved. Now, I was on Reddit before when I found it, and there was quite a lot of talk about it. No, that's not it. I'm trying to find here again. Here it is. Now, if you look at the picture, there's a lot of different things happening. There's a lot of different notes. It's pretty hard to keep up with. Now,
Just gonna take a quick zoom in.
there
Can I?
was a few comments I saw which broke it down, and I thought those comments I feel like they were on the right lines. Now, there's a lot of things you've got to notice, and I'm going to put the link to the actual Reddit link in the Twitch chat. And the one I'd like to know, like you to look at, is the Queen of Pain now gasping. Because I'm going to screen cap this actually and put it on. If that screen region. Now this is Queen of Pain gasping. I'm just going to put this like here for a second. Make it smaller. Actually, no, we'll make it bigger. Now, if you look at this, and this is also something that's being said around the actual community. I've heard this in a few places that they're going to be remastering, remaking Queen of Pain. They're going to be changing her name. They're going to be doing a few other things. I think that's a sort of like hint at one of them. That's definitely something they've put in there, and there's a lot of rumours, and this is the main part of it in my opinion, because we all know they've already announced Skeleton King is going to be renamed. They're getting away from a few copyright issues that could happen. The actual, what a lot of people are thinking is Legion Commander is going to come into the game, and Ark Warden. Because there is Warden of the Woods and there's an experienced commander, both mentioned in the picture. Now, I don't know how you feel, but I feel like if they introduce 2 new heroes, if Frostivus happens, because they say they cancel Frostivus, I feel like this is all the gimmick. I'm not sure, because there's been a lot of people saying, oh, waiting for Frostivus to be cancelled. If they don't include Frostivus, say, right, let's just pitch this. Say they don't include Frostivus, but they add 2 new heroes. They do something with wolves, because the wolves are mentioned a bit. They remake Queen of Pain. They add Skeleton King back as whatever king he's going to be. I heard Wraith King thrown around. But say they do all this, but they don't add Frostivus. They don't add the Grieveling. How do you feel about that?
I think like it's gonna be like Diatide, and all the coding changes are there after the big 6.79 update, and it's going to have to be changed. But whether they aren't going to put it in, because after the feedback that Dota got from fans about Diatide not being there, it was near impossible for them not to end up putting it in.
I feel like
I think for Frostivus, there's a lot more theory behind what's going on with it, and people might be thinking too deep, or they're just hinting towards next patches, like in the future, like January, February time. But they should, in my opinion, they should bring out Frostivus within the next week or so.
I think what they're gonna do, because they mention. Let me get the picture back up. Oh god, that was weird. Get the picture back up. they mention in the picture, it says here, it says Frostfest is cancelled, blah blah blah, and then zoom in. Oh, that's where the Wraith, it's actually mentioned in the picture. And they mention about how Frostivus is being stolen on Frostivus Eve. This is somewhere in here, I can't remember where I saw it. I remember seeing Frostivus Eve somewhere. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure it's in the picture. But I think, oh god, wait, your actual thing, I just realised your screen region thing's gone. Boom. Uh-huh. Put that about there. But I think it'll come on Christmas Eve. I think it'll come out at 6 PM Christmas Eve for us. So that's like noonish American time. I think it'll come out Christmas Eve. I think this patch will come out before it.
I think some of it might some of it might be altered by what happens with the Skeleton King, whether they bring it all in like in one. But you know, anything could happen. It's easy to put SK in at a later date. But
Do me a favor.
yeah.
Go on my stream. Does it still say I'm playing Skyrim?
Yes.
I've updated this so much.
Let me just refresh it. Ah, I just refreshed it and it's saying Dota 2 now.
It says to speak Dota podcast.
Speed Dota podcast when it's
Yeah.
playing Dota. Yeah.
There's some guy in chat thinks I'm playing. Thinks I'm playing this. I'm not. But right, carrying on. Where were we? I'm gonna move that way so pop-ups don't happen again. But I feel like it'll come out on Christmas Eve. I think SK will come out before that again. I think Quap will get removed and come back on Christmas Eve in the big update. I think matchmaking will come out when SK gets put back in. And that's pretty much it. I think for the new updates coming, 6.8 is not going to be out for a while. In my opinion, I can't see them changing the game drastically for a long time. Especially with it just being updated.
I'm just reading through this Reddit post now, and basically, last year's Frostverse was about the Grievelings from Dietide, like hijacking Frostverse, hence stealing the presents and featuring the Grievals and stuff. This year they didn't bother with Grievals. Like for Dietide, so the likelihood is there is going to be a lot of things. It's not going to be a lot of things, but it's going to be a completely different game mode.
I think the entire idea behind it will be, I want to say, this is just like fairy crafting here. But I feel like if they make the game mode where the Grievelings, say like, the Grievelings took the candy last year, right? And they escaped with them. So the Grievelings weren't here this year. So I think there'll be a new game mode a week before Frostverse comes out. So this is on the 18th, I reckon there'll be an update. No, 17th. There'll be a week before that, trying to get Frostivus back. The Gravelings took Frostivus, something like that. And then there'll be a new game mode for a week, then on the 24th, Frostivus will come back. Something like that. That's like the fairycraft I'm going through at the minute.
I'm just on the Dota 2 page now, and there's the day 3 for the Graveling.
Oh, has it come out?
We'll just put that there, like that. Yeah, it's basically the video for the Graveling from last year.
Every time I load Skype, I have to redo that.
Frostivus is cancelled. It's our own damn fault, so.
Alright, this is kind of interesting. So, I'm just gonna change to a different screen right now. And oh, didn't mean to do that. Delete file. Screen region. Why can't I drag this?
Oh no, my Twitch just crashed.
Oh no, this is being really weird for some reason. Oh, there we go. Can't do sideways for some reason. Oh, there we go. Right, so it's like this. So misery piled on misery is sad, blah blah. It's our own downfall. Our traditions in the toilet. Heroic season of grieving. While Frostivus must wait till next year, this is the perfect time to celebrate the grieving with gifts galore. Dota 2 stories stocked with new marvels, pitch grievals. Running entries to play. So, are they completely scrapping Frostivus and just having the Grieveling? Oh, let's go back.
It does look that way.
I don't like that at all. I don't know if they bring the map out. I don't think there'll be an uproar at all, because that was like the main thing from Frostivus last year was the map in the game mode. But they've the thing is,
people already have the map. Well, that's a mod.
I don't know. It's just something nice. I think one of the like main issues. I'm not gonna say issues. One of the main things with it is that they've already started naming chests as well. Fuck, it is the same thing again. They've already started naming chests called Frostivus. So it makes no sense if they don't call it the event Frostivus. That's a reason I'm also not believing they're going to get rid of it. Because they've got to. They've already named chests after it. You can't name chests and then not go through with it.
That sounds, from reading this day 3 post with the Frostivus is cancelled, it does sound like there's going to be an entirely new game mode. Possibly something like a tower defense-esque type thing where you have to defend against Greevils, or you have to attack them to get presents. Something along those lines, and I think there's just going to be a big sale for items.
See, if there's a big sale, I don't like that. Obviously, I'm going to like the sale. I'm probably going to buy stuff from the sale, but I think they bring a game mode out, everyone's happy. That's like my ultimate thing on it. Because
it says at the bottom, Lord Frostivus must wait till next year. This is the perfect time to celebrate the Greebling with Gifts Galore. Dota stories start with new marbles beyond the reach of greedy Greebles, such as the winning entries to the Polycount contest. So that basically means Frostivus, still broken from 6.79 coding, lost wherever, had to make do with new game mode, rewarded us with items to try and take our minds off what happened to Frostivus. That's what it sounded like to me.
No, I'm sorry. I'm reading this Reddit post, which is Frosted Fairies Post Your Thoughts. And there's two fairies this guy's put. And the first one is the obvious one. But this is something I actually missed. They're going to add 3 new heroes. Legion Commander, Arc Warden, and Soulkeeper. They're all related to different heroes, etc. And there's like Anti-Mage, Boxer Knight, Soulkeeper is his brother and known to practice magic. There's AA's Electric Blanket, Arc Wand, and Lifesteal's Master. Now, the Fairy 2 is, this one goes much more into the lore and is complicated, but still valid, it still works basically. And it's Skeleton King and Co-op waving each other and the 2 doors pop out, possibly King and Queen. Upon further looking into the lore of Co-op and SK, it said that Co-op was owned by a king who died after being thrown off the Tower of Invocation. SK is a result of invocation of a spell to provide eternal life, causing time to revive whenever he died. When thrown off the tower, he is revived, but not stated explicitly. I don't know. Explicatly, I don't know. If you look into SK's voice line, one of them says, "Oh Co-op, if I had flesh, I'd let you torment it." Which also makes sense, because as in the lore, the king had Co-op summoned to satisfy his longing for pain. So in the picture, Lycan is eating a cooked Greevil, more on that day 2. Then day 2 is SK has disappeared from his little door, as well as removed from the door. Little Co-op at the other door is looking at SK's door and gasping. Meanwhile, there is a connection between the two, maybe. Next we have Lycan, who is mentioned in the Lost Greevil ad, last seen chasing 2 wolves. In Lycan's lore, it mentions the king using his followers to turn Lycan into a wolf in an attempt to have Lycan kill his own father. But after Lycan is able to control himself, the Enforcement King kills Lycan's father himself, specifically with a sword. Now on day 2 spread, there are multiple wolf dog-like eyes in the background, which could be to represent Lycan's wolves, and on the main piece of paper, Frostivus scans what it says by decree of the only king that matters. With a sketch of a helmet that represents Wraith King's helmet. If you look at the game files, that is not sword, it's almost identical. This could be hinting at the fact Lycan and his wolves have killed Skeleton King somehow, and he's been run at Wraith King. Now, this theory I just read makes so much sense. And
it does all link together.
I really want this to be true. I want this so badly to be true, because that, oh fuck, I loaded Skype again. But if that is true, fuck, I need to clear that. If that is true, I am going to be so impressed.
The creators of Dota, but there's got to be bigger props to the people who can write all these backstories and lores to well over 110 heroes.
I can't believe.
And link them all in such an intricate way that for one event that
It's crazy.
6, 7, 8 heroes can all be linked.
I think that is. I think you've also got to give props to everyone who's read the laws and looked at this and like, we're gonna solve this, because that's not something I'd do. That's not something I'd sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna look into every single person's law.
Yeah, and like you've got some people who have like got snippets of like one of the torn messages.
I think it's really cool. Take all of these. That's ESG. But I think the idea behind it is, if that's the actual thing, that's really cool, and I'd be happy for that to be the Grieveling kind of aspect to it. Alright, so half an hour in, I'm going to stop talking about updates. It's actually been around about exactly half an hour. Pretty happy with that. But next thing I want to mention is how to keep, and I'm bringing this up because I know you're doing it right now, and this is something quite a few people talk about, I've spoke to about, and it's how to keep Dota from being repetitive and having issues in actual wanting to play the game. Now, you're currently doing the A to Z challenge, where you go through every single hero, you got to win with them. Fuck, I loaded Skype up, god damn it. But alright, at least your comments on the fucking chat. But I think,
And it's gonna go.
well, yeah, your picture's gone. I keep saying this. But what I was saying, you're doing the A to Z challenge where you got to play every single hero in alphabetical order and you got to win. How's that going? And is that actually making the game more interesting and fun and worth doing if you're bored of the game?
It's definitely not making it more fun. It's making it a lot more annoying, but it gives something to work for. It's not just going random, do okay.
Is it?
Game. It's
No, you're saying it's not fun, but
it's
it's
good the fact that you're working through, but it can be annoying when it's the same hero. You don't do good one game, you will just do bad most games.
Does it make you want to play Dota more though? That's my question.
Yes, because I want to get it done, and I know it's not going to take like a few weeks. I'm up to, what is it, Clinks now, and I started 5 days. I've done 16 heroes in 5 days.
That was pretty good, I think. Of 100, so it's gonna be like a few. I'd say like a month, just over 2 months. 2 months. Could be a long time.
Yeah. But then you've got some of the harder heroes to play. In my opinion, what is it? Air Spirit. Never played him. I will probably feed the 4 to 5 games as him, and it won't go well.
That's. I kind of get that, but on the upside, it's making something new. It's making you want to play the game more. I think it's good that people are doing it. It's not good to be in the games with them, but it's good to do it. Now, I'm just gonna say this quickly because people are mentioning it in chat. I actually leave spaces so I can link people's like Twitters, YouTubes. You don't have anything to link to.
I do.
You have a
Facebook.
You don't use it though. So that's the reason I've not linked anything for Dan. He's got nothing to link to. Every other guest will have their own links. He literally has no links. I don't think he'd probably want his Skype there. But
you can have stuff like Dota buff and Steam profile.
I don't think Dota buff for there. Dota buff's like 20 million years long.
Ooh. Update in progress though. The Dota buff.
Wait, Dota buff's updating. Don't know. I'm not going to use Dota buff when the MMR matchmaking comes out. I don't use Dota buff as it is. But is it actually? Oh god, is Steam updating? Am I downloading? Oh, Dota's updating. Oh, this is kind of interesting. If I go to
Okay,
downloads.
let's just pause this download and move Dota 2 to the top of the queue.
Let me see what the update was, because you can actually do it without loading the game. No, it's probably just gonna be like Frost vs cancelled, but I go to Dota 2, I go to properties, I go to updates, view update history. It's nothing. Doesn't say any updates, so I'm guessing it's just store items. That's what I'm guessing anyway. Just quickly load Dota. But I'm guessing it's store items, because it wasn't a big update. But I think getting new ways to enjoy the game and have fun is definitely key on games like this. Games like Dota, like the main way I'm kind of keeping it interesting for me at the minute is by not playing all pick.
Yeah. Just give me a quick sec.
Alright. Right. Back to solo podcast, which it was supposed to be. I don't think anything actually changed. But how's the big birthday? Oh yeah, guys, doing this. It's my birthday. You're all lucky pricks. First ever podcast is on my birthday, because I'm doing it Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and I already missed Saturday. That guy's returned. So I'm gonna try and get guests on it every week. Podcasts are gonna be, I want to say, between an hour to 2 hours. Not entirely sure how long they're gonna be. Pretty much when we stop talking, I'll come to the end. You back? You good?
Yeah.
Right.
Just had to do something for that.
That's fine. But yeah, birthday's going well. So what was it now? We were on about. I loaded Dota. I didn't see any big changes. Just went straight off. But I think you've got to keep finding new ways, and the way I'm doing it at the minute, I'm playing Captain's Draft, which I'm enjoying. It's the less serious Captain's mode, but you still want to win. You still want to draft good teams. I like it. It brings more of a competitive feel to it, in my opinion. Till ranked matchmaking comes out, then I'm going to be playing ranked Captain's Draft a lot. Probably. How popular is solo queuing Captain's mode?
Oh god, I have no idea.
Because
To
I can imagine it being slightly popular, but I don't know. I don't see it in my menu. Just looking at some stuff on Reddit, it's pretty funny. But here's probably one of the last things we're going to talk about on the podcast today. And it's the commend and report system. Now, as you know, you report someone, if actions are against them, you get like a big message of achievement. So yes, the person I reported is now been also known by other people as a prick. Yes. Now, I think it'd be interesting if it came up when you leave a game and you've been commended. Then tell you what category. It doesn't have to say by who, but tells you for what category. I think that would be really good to the game. I saw a Reddit post on it.
Maybe not so much as like you've been commended in this. It would just say you've been commended. It would take you to like your Dota profile, and it could show like a level up type thing to say like you've been commended in this, and you see the number tick over, and you can see what you've been commended for. but not like you've been commended for being friendly. I don't think.
I think if it worked
I
the
don't think that
same
would work
way,
out.
if it worked the same way as a report system, it'd be completely fine. You come out of games like you've been commended for playing well in your last game, and then like underneath it, it just says like friendly or leader.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fine. I think just knowing if you've been commended after a certain game and what you've been commended for, because everyone gets commendments. I don't remember when I've been commended.
Yeah.
I never noticed being commended. It's one of those things you don't really notice.
It's one of those things where you'd go and say, hey, look, I have however many commendments. Why am I so friendly? And you go back a month or two later and say, oh my god, I've been friendly to 30 more people.
I know, it's pretty weird.
So I'm just gonna go check how many I have now, because I care about how much of a friendly person I am. Oh, tell you what they have done to
What?
Dota. They've taken out the dynamic background.
Oh, that was the thing I noticed. I noticed something had changed. I was like, right, I swear that was red.
It seems unusually red now.
I know, that's what I noticed. But I didn't. I was like, nah, it's probably just red before that. Why would you get rid of that background? That was a really cool looking background. I don't see any issue with it.
There was no need to take out that.
I liked it.
But
I thought it was a really nice concept.
It's possible that some people are going to say, "Oh, there's red markings on the background that symbolise a tree. This means that Christmas tree, Frostivus, definite thing."
I think it's more of the fact because people might have complained about performance issues. That could logically have been one. Well, it's actually my desktop background because I really like the picture, and it was like one of those things easy to download. It was already there. I prefer this to the just straight up red background. But then again, if it's only for one patch, what's the point? So I don't know. I think the report system is you only get 2 now because I feel like they were literally just like, right, fuck it, we're not giving you any more. We're not reporting people anymore for your dumb shit.
I think one thing that they tried to do was to say, instead of you don't like someone, have infinite reports, is 2 reports, spend them wisely. If we think that the person that you reported should be reported, we'll give you an extra one and say thanks, he's in low priority. It makes sense, but sometimes there's more than 2 people a week who can go out and be idiots.
I don't report people that much.
They'll never think of it.
I know you do. You report people a lot. I don't report people that much.
I reply everyone.
So, coming probably to the end of the podcast, I'm just gonna browse probably Reddit, see if there's anything major I want to bring up.
Yeah, I'm just checking. It was just the removal of the 3 spirits background. That was all the update did.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's kind of sad.
But I feel we've gone over quite a lot of things. Spoke a lot about the new updates. I just seen if there's just something which is going about how Omninet's colorblind. Because if you know how he's been changed, they've actually not changed the text about how he's blue and stuff. It's pretty funny. But yeah, pretty sure this is coming to the end of the first podcast. thoughts on the new podcast. Episode 1 Wednesday, next one is Saturday at 7 PM. I'm gonna have someone else on it, don't know who.
Shout out to Track Tamer.
Fuck off, he's not coming on it for a long time. I'll bring him on one night, just so we can fanboy and hate Dota for a while. But, I don't know, I'm gonna get people on it. Probably gonna put a Reddit post about this, trying to get people to do graphics, because, I don't know, I don't think the graphics are that bad. I don't think it's any good. But, I don't know. I think it's been a successful podcast.
It withheld.
I think it's gone pretty well. I think it's first time. So, any last words before I end it?
I don't think so, no.
Right. So,
The continued filter.
continue rated their challenge.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I might upload this now to BrutalBrit Dota. Check it out. Right, where is it? Boom. Also follow my Twitter at BrutalBrit Dota as well. I don't use it that. I use it quite a bit. I use it more than I should probably. I tweet a lot about Dota, especially when tournaments are going on. But yeah. This is going to be happening every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Make sure you follow the stream to support it. There's going to be different guests. If you want any guests on, just, I don't know, inbox them. And if you want to be on it, send me an email at TheBrutalBrit@gmail.com. That's my, what is it, business? Yeah, I'm going to say business. Business email.
Sounding official.
Sounding official. Business email. But, yeah, thanks for watching this. This is the TheBrutalBrit. And I'm going to stop the recording here. So, see you Saturday, guys.